Inside Jerry Seinfeld's amazing car collection. Jerry Seinfeld is a comedy legend and a Porsche-obsessed car collector with one of the most insane garages on the planet. Over 150 rare and vintage rides, some worth millions, sit in his private automotive paradise. No gimmicks, no fluff, just pure unfiltered car obsession at its finest. Let's step inside. Number 10. 1970s Porsche 917 KH. The 1970 Porsche 917 KH is pure legend. A race car that, thanks to Steve McQueen, not only crushed it on the track, but also became a Hollywood icon. The Porsche was built to race, engineered to dominate endurance racing, and known for its raw speed and groundbreaking design. By the late 60s, Porsche was eyeing outright victories in the world's toughest endurance races. With new FIA rules allowing bigger engines, they created the 917, a machine that redefined aerodynamics and power. The 917 KH took things even further, tweaking the stability at high speeds, making it a real threat at Le Mans. With its lightweight build, the sleek short-tail body, and that wild 4.5 to 4.9 liter flat 12 engine, the 917 KH was a game-changer. It wasn't just a participant at the 1970s Le Mans 24 Hours, it dominated, giving Porsche its first overall victory in the race. And, of course, this particular car, famously driven by McQueen in the 1971 film Le Mans, became a pop culture icon. After being acquired by Spike Feresten, a writer for Seinfeld, and later purchased by comedian Jerry Seinfeld, it became even more legendary. On the Mulsanne Straight, the 917 KH could hit over 220 miles per hour, cementing its place as one of the most fearsome endurance cars ever built. Today, the 917 KH is one of the most expensive cars in the world. In 2017, the chassis McQueen drove 917 to 024 went for a staggering $14 million at auction. Other models have sold for anywhere from $5 million to $18 million, depending on their racing history and originality. Number 9. 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing. The 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing is one of those iconic cars. Its stunning blend of engineering and design brought race car tech straight to the streets. Jerry Seinfeld even said the 300 SL is as close to perfect as it gets when it comes to classic cars. With its signature upward opening doors and lightweight construction, it quickly became the symbol of performance and luxury. The 300 SL didn't just appear out of nowhere. It was born from the W194 race car dominating endurance racing in the early 50s. Mercedes wanted to bring that racing success to the road, so they developed it with a tubular space frame chassis, making those gullwing doors possible. Under the hood, there's a 3-liter inline-6 engine with Bosch mechanical fuel injection, making it one of the most powerful cars of its time. With a top speed of 160 miles per hour, the 300 SL was the fastest production car of its era. It didn't just look good, it also proved its worth in motorsports, winning the 1955 Mille Miglia in its class and showing off its endurance at races like the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Its design, engineering, and racing legacy made it an instant classic. Today, the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing is a sought-after collector's dream. Its prices range from $1.5 million to $3.5 million, depending on condition, originality, and history. If it has a racing pedigree or a special variant, you could see those numbers go even higher at auction. Number 8. 1969 Lamborghini Miura P400S. Not even Jerry Seinfeld's Porsche obsession could keep him away from jumping at the chance to own a 1969 Lamborghini Miura P400S. And it's easy to see why. It's one of the most legendary supercars ever made. Often hailed as the first true supercar due to its mid-engine design, stunning looks, and high-performance capabilities, the Miura completely changed the automotive landscape and helped cement Lamborghini's reputation for creating exotic, high-performance vehicles. The P400S was an updated version of the original Miura P400. It featured significant improvements such as higher compression pistons, revised camshaft timing, and larger carburetors, which boosted its 3.9-liter V12 engine to 370 horsepower. The car also received updates like power windows and redesigned interior and improved suspension, making it more refined yet still thrilling to drive. With a top speed of 174 miles per hour, the Miura P400S was one of the fastest cars of its time, rivaling even Ferrari's most influential models and setting a new benchmark for future supercars. Marcello Gondini's unmistakable design featured flowing curves and signature eyelash trim around the headlights, making it one of the most visually striking cars ever created. Legend has it that the Miura was developed by Lamborghini's engineering team in their spare time. The company's founder, Ferruccio Lamborghini, wasn't initially interested in creating race cars. However, the prototype, the P400, was so impressive that it convinced Ferruccio to enter the performance car world. The Miura was even featured in the opening scene of The Italian Job. Today, the Lamborghini Miura P400S is a highly coveted collector's item. Depending on condition and originality, its prices range from $1.5 million to $3 million. Well-documented, rare examples can command even higher prices at auction, but we've barely scratched the surface of Seinfeld's incredible car collection. There's still so much awesomeness to come. Number 7. 1955 Porsche 550 Spider. Next up is the 1955 Porsche 550 Spider, a car forever tied to James Dean, who tragically lost his life in one. This little beauty is a motorsport legend. It is a lightweight mid-engine racer that played a massive part in shaping Porsche's global reputation. Designed to dominate the track, the 550 Spider became one of the most successful small-displacement race cars of its time. Back in the early 50s, Porsche wanted to rule the under 2-liter racing class, and the 550 Spider was their answer. It was all about agility and efficiency, with a sleek aluminum body, a mid-mounted engine, and that 1.5-liter Furman 4-cam flat 4. The result? Near-perfect weight distribution, making the Spider incredibly nimble and deadly on twisty tracks. Its racing legacy is legendary, taking home a class win at the 1955 Le Mans 24-hour and an overall victory at the 1956 Targa Florio. Over its career, it bagged 95 race wins and 75 class victories, earning it the nickname Giant Killer. And it wasn't just about the wins. With a top speed of 140 miles per hour, this little powerhouse punched way above its weight for a car with such a small engine. Number 6. 1971 Ferrari 365 GTB4 Daytona. It turns out that when Jerry Seinfeld isn't dropping his net worth on Porsches, he's also got his eye on Ferraris. And not just any Ferrari. He's all about the 1971 Ferrari 365 GTB4 Daytona this time, an authentic grand tourer with the heart of a race car. It mixes Ferrari's racing heritage with a touch of long-distance luxury. Its aggressive stance, throaty V12, and high-speed prowess earned its nickname after Ferrari's legendary 1-2-3 finish at the 1967 24 Hours of Daytona. Introduced in 1968 as the successor to the 275 GTB4, the 365 GTB4 Daytona packed a 4.4-liter Colombo V12 engine, pushing out 352 horsepower and hitting top speeds of 174 miles per hour. For a while, it was the fastest production car in the world. Unlike its mid-engine competitors, Ferrari kept a front-engine layout, blending high-speed stability with the kind of grand touring comfort you'd expect from the brand. With its stunning Pininfarina design body, pop-up headlights on later models, and a cockpit that was as driver-focused as it was luxurious, the Daytona was a perfect mix of performance and refinement. While it was primarily a road car, competition versions like the 365 GTP4 Competizione racked up impressive finishes at Le Mans and Daytona. Only 1,284 365s were produced, making the Ferrari 365 GTP4 Daytona one of the most desirable front-engine Ferraris. Depending on condition and provenance, prices typically range from $600,000 to $1.2 million, with rare Daytona Spider versions fetching upwards of $3 million at auction. Number 5. 1976 Lamborghini Countach. Another classic, you might say, typical Jerry Seinfeld. Embrace the classics, reject modernity, and treat yourself to a 1976 Lamborghini Countach, the car that redefined the supercar genre. A wedge-shaped marvel that looked like it was plucked straight out of the future. With its jaw-dropping scissor doors, aggressive stance, and monstrous V12 engine, the Countach became the poster car of an entire generation. It was the ultimate symbol of Lamborghini's flair for building extreme, high-performance machines. The Countach first hit the scene in 1974, and the LP400 that followed brought the thunder with a 3.9-liter V12, pushing 375 horsepower, mounted behind the driver in a way that had never been seen before. This setup optimized weight and performance, and by 1976, Lamborghini had already made tweaks, wider tires, better cooling, laying the foundation for even wilder versions to come. At 180 miles per hour top speed, this beast was an actual road rocket with a design from Marcello Gandini that no one could forget. It was fast, furious, and unapologetically raw. Everything a supercar should be. Fast forward to today, the Lamborghini Countach LP400 is a coveted collector's dream, with prices soaring between $1 million and $2.5 million. But it all depends on its condition and originality. The later versions are no slouches either, like the LP400S and the LP5000QV, but the original LP400 Periscopio with its clean lines, it's the purest and most valuable of them all. Number 4. 1959 Porsche 718 RSK Spider. The 1959 Porsche 718 RSK Spyder is a lightweight, purpose-built race car that further cemented Porsche's dominance in small displacement endurance racing. As an evolution of the legendary 550 Spyder, the 718 RSK refined its aerodynamics, chassis, and handling, making it one of the most formidable competitors in its class. Built for both Formula 2 and sport racing, the 718 RSK featured a 1.5-liter Furman 4-cam flat-4 engine producing around 150 horsepower. While that might seem modest, its ultra-lightweight aluminum body and improved suspension made it incredibly agile. It excelled on tight technical circuits where handling was key. The 718 RSK proved its pedigree on the world's biggest stages, securing class victories at the 24 Hours of Le Mans and an overall win at the 1959 Targa Florio. It could reach speeds of 140 miles per hour, a remarkable feat for a car of its size and power. The Porsche 718 RSK Spyder is a highly coveted and exceptionally rare classic automobile, prized by collectors, automotive historians, and racing enthusiasts. Its market value varies significantly based on factors such as ownership history, past competition records, and overall condition. Generally, these iconic race cars are valued between $3 million and $6 million, though meticulously preserved or historically significant examples often command even higher prices at prestigious auctions. Number 3. 1976 Porsche 934 Turbo RSR. Like Bonnie and Clyde, Romeo and Juliet, Jerry Seinfeld and Porsche are a match made in automotive heaven. The guy is said to have owned about 47 of them, and one of the standout gems in his collection is the 1976 Porsche 934 Turbo RSR. This thing is a race-bred monster, a turbocharged evolution of the legendary 911 Carrera RSR, built to tear up the FIA Group 4 racing. It combined Porsche's motorsport heritage with cutting-edge turbo tech, making the 934 a beast on the tracks worldwide. Based on the iconic 930 Turbo, the 934 RSR was powered by a 3-liter turbocharged flat-6 cranking out 480 horsepower, a serious upgrade over its naturally aspirated predecessors. While it kept much of the 911's DNA, it was stripped down for racing, sporting those wide fender flares, huge brakes, and a stiffened suspension to handle the massive power and insane cornering forces. The 934 Turbo RSR made an instant impact, winning at Le Mans, Daytona, and the IMSA GT Championship. It proved that Porsche's turbo technology could be fast and reliable. With a top speed of 190 miles per hour, it was one of the fastest Group 4 cars on the planet. Today, the Porsche 934 Turbo RSR is a collector's dream, with prices ranging from $1.5 million to $2.5 million at auctions. Number 2. 1957 BMW 507 Series 2. A rare and breathtaking roadster, the BMW 507 blends German engineering with Italian-inspired elegance, creating one of the most beautiful BMWs ever made. Designed to compete with the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL, the 507 was BMW's bold attempt to break into the high-end sports car market. Though it didn't quite become a sales hit, its exclusivity made it a legend. Powered by a 3.2-liter all-aluminum V8, the 507 Series 2 cranked out 150 horsepower, giving it smooth, refined performance with a top speed of 136 miles per hour. Unlike its earlier Series 1, the Series 2 had a redesigned chassis with more cabin space, offering a more comfortable ride while still retaining that dynamic driving experience. The body, penned by Albrecht von Gortz, had flowing lines, sleek side vents, and the kind of timeless roadster silhouette that instantly made it a classic. Despite its beauty and performance, the BMW 507 was incredibly costly to produce. Only 252 units were ever built, making it one of the rarest and most collectible BMWs. In typical Jerry Seinfeld fashion, he just had to own one of those 252. The 507's ownership history included legends like Elvis Presley, solidifying its legacy for good. The 507 Series 2 is regarded as one of BMW's finest creations, and it's worth a pretty penny. Depending on its condition and history, prices can range from $2.5 million to $3.5 million, with pristine or historically significant examples fetching even higher sums at auction. Number 1. 1963 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. And last but certainly not least, we have the 1963 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray, a true defining American sports car, blending breathtaking design with serious performance. This marked the debut of the second-generation Corvette C2 And it was a game changer, introducing a bold new look, upgraded handling, and advanced aerodynamics that set the stage for every Corvette that followed. Designed by Larry Shinoda under the guidance of Bill Mitchell, the Stingray Coupe featured the now iconic split rear window, a unique design element exclusive to the 1963 model. Under the hood, buyers could choose from various Chevrolet 5.4-liter V8 versions with horsepower ratings ranging from 250 to 360, depending on the carburation and fuel injection options. Its lightweight fiberglass body, stiffer chassis, and four-wheel independent suspension gave the Stingray exceptional handling for its time, making it a thrill to drive. With a top speed of up to 150 miles per hour, the 1963 Stingray wasn't just a pretty face, but a serious performer. Its success on both the road and track cemented its place in Corvette history, and it remains one of the most celebrated American cars ever built, beloved by enthusiasts and collectors alike. As one of the most collectible Corvettes, the 1963 Corvette Stingray split-window coupe commands auction prices ranging from $150,000 to $300,000. High-performance fuel-injected models or those with rare color combos easily push north of $500,000. A true icon, it continues to be a symbol of American engineering excellence. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this and want more luxury garage content, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and we hope to see you in the next one.